The first part of Stranger Things Season 5 has arrived, and in it, Nancy Wheeler, Natalia Dyer, makes a great point about her family. After 4 successful seasons and many unsolved mysteries waiting for an answer, Stranger Things is ending with its 5th season, which has been divided into 3 parts. Season 5 of Stranger Things is set a year after the ending of Season 4, and sees Hawkins under quarantine by the military, with 11, Millie Bobby Brown, and the rest working together to put together the best plan to find and destroy Vecna, Jamie Campbell Bower. However, it all takes an unexpected turn when Vecna goes after the Wheelers. In one of the most shocking moments in Stranger Things Season 5 so far, the Demogon attacked Ted, Joe Crest, and Karen Wheeler, Cara Buono, to kidnap Holly, Nell Fisher, Nancy and Mike's, Finn Wolfhard, youngest sister, and Nancy made a great point about her family after this traumatic event. Nancy and Mike should have made their family leave Hawkins' copyright symbol Netflix courtesy Everett Collection. Although Ted confronts the Demogon and Karen fights the monster to try and save Holly, the Demogon ends up critically injuring both and taking Holly into the Upside Down. Although the Hawkins crew, thanks to Will's link to Vecna, learn that the latter was going after the Wheelers, Nancy and Eleven get to the former's house too late. Nancy finds her mother bleeding out on the floor, and at the hospital, Ted is put into a coma while Karen undergoes surgery to save her life. While in the hospital's waiting room, Nancy, Mike, and Lucas try to make sense of what just happened to Ted, Karen, and Holly, and Nancy says it's their fault, but not for arriving late to the house. Nancy says they should have told their parents what was happening, no matter how hard it would have been to believe, and they could have done something to make them leave Hawkins and move to a safer place. Vecna's attack isn't anyone's fault but Vecna's, but Nancy does make a great point. One of the biggest questions regarding Stranger Things is why the adults of Hawkins, except Joyce, Hopper, and Murray, don't do anything or even react to the horrors happening across town. Even more alarming is that the parents of all the kids and teens in the crew don't seem to care what their kids are doing, despite knowing Hawkins has become unsafe. Perhaps Ted and Karen wouldn't have believed Nancy and Mike at first, but they had enough proof to probably convince them to leave Hawkins. Unfortunately, Ted and Karen were some of those completely oblivious parents, but they didn't deserve what happened to them. How Vecna warned Nancy what would happen to Holly and her parents. To add to Nancy's guilt and quest for revenge against Vecna is the fact that Vecna warned her about what he would do to her family. In Stranger Things Season 4, Vecna got into Nancy's mind, where she saw bits of his backstory, but he also tortured her with horrifying visions, such as Hawkins being on fire and with dark clouds over it. Vecna also showed Nancy her whole family dead, which further motivated her to try and kill him in Season 4. This vision now feels like a warning, and even though her parents are still alive, their future is unknown, and Vecna could still come after them. In just 4 episodes, Stranger Things has made Vecna a lot more powerful and terrifying, and though the attack on the Wheelers was horrifying, Nancy is now determined to not just find her sister but kill Vecna.